Uh, I just want to apologize for a mistake I made a moment ago. Well, a little while ago when I uploaded a video. Inside of a video, I claimed that the Russians controlled the border checkpoint here. That claim is incorrect. I did it based on a video that was faked by the FSB showing that they had retaken the border checkpoint. It was false. The vehicles used inside it did not have the camo patterns matching the forces used, well, that used by the forces for Ukrainian freedom, or Russian freedom. And the other thing is, well, for one of the footage I was watching had not been geolocated, which is very relevant because if it was, you could guarantee that they're in this. But it looked like they're in a similar position. And the other thing is looking at the wheels they had there. Well, the steering wheel on the vehicle for some reason had a thick layer of dust on it. And I mean, that's kind of a weird thing to notice, but I looked closer at it and I can't really verify whether or not the footage is true. That's all I really want to say. It is confirmed that there was a vehicle, MRAP, abandoned in Belgorod yesterday. But that footage of him retaking a checkpoint, it hasn't really been verified, and a lot of stuff around it looks like the Russians got some Western equipment and then did a whole photo shoot to make a claim that they had retaken the checkpoint, to confuse the information space, which is something the Russians do a lot. They've done a lot of stuff like this. For example, a little while ago, the Ukrainians, they did a landing over in Energodar, but the troops landed, but they were able to withdraw with relatively few losses, despite just the Ukrainians crossed the river without about a battalion-sized element in it. The position was held by a regiment of troops, and the Ukrainians assumed they wouldn't store heavy equipment there when they crossed the river, but they did, and they used it to bombard the boats while they were crossing the river. But the problem is, Russia wanted to have a big propaganda victory about how they defeated the special forces raid in the middle of the night, but they found that because the Ukrainians quit on a raid early, the losses were relatively minor. So what they did was they did a whole thing where they staged a bunch of guys wearing captured Ukrainian uniforms playing dead on a beach over here, and it was later found out that was fake. And if I was to go off of what's going on in the situation over here in Belgorod, I would say that a similar thing's happening here, except the Ukrainians are still there. The Russians are just trying to confuse the information space, get a little propaganda victory, like, oh, look, we retook a checkpoint, while they actually get their forces ready to retake that checkpoint. But also, my statements on Ukrainian, Freedom for Russia or whatever forces in the area still stands. If their logistics are poor enough that they run out of fuel in the middle of attack and have to abandon valuable equipment, they definitely need to work on that. But that's all I have to say. I'm just, I'm going to take down the other video because it's fault. Well, I'm going to private it. I'm not going to take it down, but it wasn't thoroughly researched. I should have done better to confirm what I had seen, and, well, we'll see whether or not it's true. If it is true, I'll put it back up, but, for now, the situation is confused, and we'll see how it develops.